Welcome to our free 18-day SSC CGL High Yield Rapid Revision Crash Course, Day 5. I am AI, your SSC CGL exam expert, presented by Mohammed Nadeem Abbasi. Today, we're tackling two massive pillars that will absolutely make or break your score. We're talking about active and passive voice and direct and indirect speech. So, let's jump right in. Now listen closely. Voice and narration exam में free के marks होते हैं. अगर आप यहाँ भी rules रट रहे हो, तो आप गलत कर रहे हो. यहाँ सिर्फ option elimination चलता है. I really need you to internalize this. Examiners intentionally set these papers just to waste your time. You absolutely can't not get scared when you see long, complicated sentences. Today, we're going to use the exact tricks that will help you solve these questions in under 5 seconds. No joke. All right, Section 1. The golden difference between voice and narration. So I've seen way too many students mix these two concepts up when exam pressure hits. But look at this comparison. It is so crucial. In voice, the tense never changes, like literally never. If the active voice is in the present tense, the passive stays right there in the present. Past always stays past. But in narration, that's a different story. The tense always shifts backward. Present becomes past. Just lock this single rule into your brain right now, because honestly, this one difference is going to help you dodge about 50% of the examiner's traps. Moving on to Section 2, Active and Passive Voice Mechanics and Exceptions. Let's do a rapid-fire breakdown of the core mechanics here. To convert, you just have 3 basic steps. First, you swap the position of the subject and the object. Second, and please mentally underline this, you must always use the third form of the verb, the past participle, or V3. Passive voice is practically impossible without it. And third, we usually add the word by right before the new object. So Ram killed Ravan smoothly turns into Ravan was killed by Ram. Super simple, right? Well, SSC doesn't usually keep it quite that simple. You really have to watch out for this classic trap. We don't use by everywhere. Certain verbs take fixed prepositions in the passive voice. For example, if a sentence has no or oblige, the passive form takes to. Like, he is known to me, not by me. Words like surprise, astonish, or shock always take at. Fill or satisfy will take with. And contain takes in. You literally just have to memorize these because the examiner is absolutely going to throw by in the options just to mess with you. Okay, let's look at tenses. Remember, the core tense stays the same. It's just the helping verbs that change. If the active voice is present indefinite, meaning V1, then the passive becomes is, am, or are plus V3. If it's past indefinite, which is V2, it turns into was or were plus V3. And I want you to focus right here on this one. That V2 becoming was, were plus V3 pattern is arguably the most frequently asked pattern in the entire SSC exam. The second you see a word like wrote, you should immediately be scanning the options for was written or were written. All right, Section 3, Direct and Indirect Mechanics. Let's look at tense and pronoun shifts. So here in narration, the rules completely flip. We don't keep the tense stable anymore. When we drop the quotation marks from direct speech and our reporting verb is in the past, like saying he said, the tense of the speech takes one step backward in time. It's kind of like walking down a set of stairs. Simple present shifts down to simple past. Present continuous steps down to past continuous. And what if it's already in the simple past? Well, it goes even further back and becomes past perfect. Actually, scratch that. Hold on. There is one absolutely vital exception you have to know. The tense will not step back if the statement inside the quotes is a universal truth, a scientific fact, a habitual action, or a proverb. If the direct speech says, the sun rises in the east, then in indirect speech, it stays as rises. Do not change it to rose. SSC loves to trick people with this one. And it's not just the tense. Notice how time and place words also physically shift away from you in narration. Today changes to that day. Tomorrow turns into the next day or the following day. Now becomes then. Knowing these key words will literally save you seconds in option elimination. If the direct speech has tomorrow in it, you can instantly cross out any options that still say tomorrow. Boom, you're halfway to the answer. Shifting pronouns can be a huge headache for students, but the rule is actually super easy. It's called the SON rule. SON, subject, object, no change. First-person pronouns like I or we change according to the speaker, meaning the subject. Second-person you changes according to the listener, meaning the object. And third-person pronouns, he, she, it, they take absolutely no change at all. Okay, what about questions? For interrogative sentences, we replace the reporting verb said with asked or inquired. If the question can be answered with a simple yes or no, we use if or whether. So definitely don't use the conjunction that here. And here is the most crucial part. The sentence actually drops its question form. We drop the question mark entirely and turn the sentence into a simple, positive, assertive statement. The helping verb now comes after the subject.
Moving to Section 4, the option elimination trick. Get ready for the 5-second magic.
All right, we've done all the heavy lifting. Now it's time for the ultimate hack. I literally call this the 5-second magic. You need to stop trying to translate the entire sentence in your head during the exam. Here is your new 3-second mental checklist. Step 1, the second you see a sentence, only scan the verb and the helping verb. Step 2, apply the golden rule. Is it a voice question? Look for the exact same tense. Narration question, shift the tense one step back. Step 3, any option using the wrong tense or wrong verb form, cross it out immediately. You're going to be amazed to find that in 95% of questions, you won't even need to read the full option. The right answer is just going to pop right out at you.
So think about it. If a simple 3-second mental checklist can crack the absolute hardest grammar questions, imagine how many other exam shortcuts you might be missing out on by relying on old-school rote memorization. Smart work always beats hard work, guys. This is exactly how you crack SSC English efficiently. कमेंट सेक्शन में बताओ कि क्या आपको इन टॉपिक्स के टॉप 50 PYQs की प्रैक्टिस वीडियो चाहिए? Yes or no लिखो और चैनल सब्सक्राइब करो. Your feedback is what keeps this crash course going. Catch you on day 6 and keep revising.